Time to celebrate. Your Lakers won the game, scoring you 2 free tacos with any drink purchase from Jack in the Box tomorrow. Just ask for the Lakers deal when you order, valid only at Los Angeles restaurants. Go Lakers and go Jack. Our friends from Arizona tomorrow are going to drive to Jack in the Box before they head out of town.
Taco Fridays.
Yeah, TJ and Stephanie, hopefully. All right, here's LeBron James with Mike Trudell in the media.
JJ kind of hinted before the game that sometimes the first game home from a long trip can almost feel like an extension, or like, yes, it's in your home gym, but how do you kind of push through fatigue as you've done throughout your career and just find it against a young team?
Listen, we got a game to win, and we got a game to play, so we give all the energy and effort that we had. I mean, it was a tough road trip for us in the sense of just the travel and the energy expended on that road trip. And JJ's right. I mean, he's been in this league. He played in this league for 15 years, I believe. So that first game back after a long road trip was always tough, no matter no matter what the competition, no matter what the record is. But we did a good job of settling down in the fourth. Got some stops. AR, made some big shots, and was able to get the win.
Luka's been in some kind of offensive rhythm. How have you guys been able to kind of feed off what he's creating and then also just ride the wave of the scoring that he's able to put up?
We're just playing our game. I mean, obviously he's the head honcho when it comes to our offensive power, and then it goes to AR, and those two guys they attract so many eyes, so much energy. But he's just in an unbelievable rhythm right now, shooting the 3-ball exceptionally well, getting to the line as he always does, and just being super efficient. So we're all just playing off of him.
It's the first time in all the games that you and Bronny have played the last couple of years where it's an assist from father to son.
Yeah.
You walk us through that moment and the feeling of getting in the scorebook that way.
Well, I mean, I think not taking for granted and just, being in the moment of us being on the floor once again. That's 2 games back to back, playing meaningful minutes and him also making another play. Obviously they was making a run in that second quarter, and they did make a run in that second quarter. But just for me, I just always make the right play. I got doubled, and he was able to make fake the pass to the corner and then knock down the 3. So definitely a cool moment, for us and also for our family.
We've seen his shooting in the G League really develop throughout the year, get to be a pretty consistent point. JJ hinted that as well. We knew the athleticism, the defense was going to be there. How have you? I'm sure you've traced it pretty closely, but how have you seen his shot get to the point where he's so comfortable?
It's just getting back to where it was before the incident. He's always been able to shoot the ball. He's shot the ball at a high level, pretty much throughout his years of playing ball. So I just think just the confidence in the rhythm and just getting his strength back and his win and everything, everything is just coming back, like I said before the incident. So it's not surprising, to see him shooting the ball at a high clip.
You guys are about to have multiple days in between games for the first time since, I think, mid-January, outside of the All-Star break, of course. Just how beneficial can that be, especially coming off of the long trip you guys had?
It's gigantic. We got to take full advantage of it for sure.
Before the game, JJ was talking about how Luke is kind of like the engine of the half-court offense, and you're kind of the engine of the transition offense. At this point in your career, just how much impact do you think you can have in terms of still making that transition, or leading the transition and leading the basket?
I think I'm leading the league in transition points, so. It's something I can do, get out and run. It's something I've always been able to do throughout my life, playing this game. And like I said, Luka controls the pace offensively, in the half-court situation. And I just try to put pressure on the defense in the full-court situation and give us an opportunity to score before the defense is set. So it shouldn't be a problem.
LeBron, JJ often talk about building championship habits. What sort of habits do you think you and the group have shown during this stretch?
We had some adverse moments, obviously on the road trip. A couple in Houston in both of those games. Obviously in Orlando, Miami as well, Detroit as well, even though we lost that game, and also Indiana as well. We're a very resilient team. We understand how to execute late in the game, and we understand, what the moment feels like. We don't shy away from it. So, we want to continue to build these habits and going, these last 8 games maybe, I think. But continue to prep for the postseason.
Thanks, LJ.
8 games left, as LeBron just mentioned, and this is the first time they're going to have multiple days off between games. Obviously, there was All-Star break since mid-January. How important can this be for LeBron, obviously, and then this team, because they got the back-to-back coming up Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah, anytime you can get a couple days off for, you know, your key players who really need to rest. You know, LeBron, Luka, Austin, anybody who has little injuries. But you also, Geeter, you know, 2 days off, you probably want to spend some time in a good film sessions, you know, and, you know, maybe some walkthrough stuff on the court where you're not using too much physicality. But, yeah, 2 days off after a long road trip and before you get ready to go into back-to-back games, before you get ready to go into the playoffs, that's just a good time to spend together.
Yeah, I mean, it's like 7 games in, what, 11 nights, something like that. Yeah. I call this, like, that first game home, I think it's more of like an extension of the road. Yeah. So it's like really 7 games on the road because it's one of the hardest games. And it's just, it was key, clutch to win this before those extra days so you can actually kind of decompress, because you lose, you don't want to go into the break in that type of mode. And then also you feel like you have to practice, and you should still get some practice, but a different type of practice now. And you have some cushion and leeway with the other groups that are behind you. So,
let me ask you this, Danny, because the Lakers are going to be above the line. They're going to be in the playoffs. So you're going to have that natural 4 or 5 day break when the season ends. Yeah. How hard are you pushing here in these 8 games so you can secure that home court? I mean, in terms of resting guys or just keeping that pedal down.
We spoke about it before the game some. It was like these games here were supposed to be the games where you
could rest,
supposed to jump early on them and rest some of those guys. But the games that I would take serious, the OKC, like the games that I feel like are above, teams above 500, those are playoff-like tests, and you need to see where you're at. But outside of that, I don't know what the rest of the schedule looks like, but half of those games I feel like you can kind of take your
You got OKC twice, you got the Cavs, you got the Suns and the Jazz, you got Dallas, you got some teams in there, and you got the Wizards. So
yeah,
I mean,
Jazz, Dallas, you get out early. If you take care of business the way you're supposed to, you should be able to rest. But Suns, you know, Cleveland, OKC, those are games you should.
And if you could just push for the next week, really, you should be in a position where those last couple games you could.
You got days off right now.
Now you're talking a week off.
And you got some more days after it, so you should be fine.
All right. Austin Reeves came on strong in the fourth quarter.